Good day, Commanders. Omnicai here, Soldier First Class, reporting for duty. Woo, woo. All right, so today we're going to do episode 2, Stronghold 3, GVG defense testing. So this is the stronghold that I'm in also, but I can't test myself. We'll start with EdgySaint, and then we'll move on to Silenthunter, then HeyyYouGuyys. Sorry, Edgy. Woo, woo. Then we got Skullbreak. He's coming up next. So, like always, I will remove my top units. I'll take the artifacts off, and we're going to range from anywhere from 95k to 90k. So that's what we're going to be running with. Keep it fair, keep it going. That's the guilds we're going to be going up against most times. We will go against 100 plus k BP at one point, but 9 times out of 10, where we're at right now, at least 95 is like where we're going to probably be at. So we'll start with EdgySaint, and this is the team that I was thinking about, like when I saw the units that you have. So it does look fine. We're gonna test it out. We'll see what happens. So I do have 3 teams I'm running. We're gonna do like flyers, and then archer testing, and then we'll do swarm testing, and then also the last one will be me just trying to kill all of your tanks and fighters and walk through. Now, Edgy, you are pretty strong. I know that, and I probably should have kept my top units on and max affiliated for your testing, because more people are going to be attacking the keeps. In my opinion, like the stronger people with the higher BPs, they're going to be attacking the keeps. So I probably should have kept it on, but we're already running it, and we'll see what happens. So first off, that I noticed, like Nyx is the first thing that I noticed, and she can't reach above Cyrus, right? So that's the only thing that kind of discerns me about this, the way you have it set up. Because Ardea, yeah, I get it. She can like probably kill off anything else that comes past Cyrus, because he's just tanky as hell. I wish I had Cyrus. But yes. And Paradis with Lily, good setup. It does work, and I'll keep them alive. But Nyx, bait her ult just a little bit, and then also we could probably kill Cyrus and then just go straight after Nyx, because Nyx can't pop her ult in this position. That's what I'm thinking, right? However, we'll test it out. We'll see what happens. So I did bait out Nyx's ult, and then we're gonna go through with not flyers. What is these things called? Anyway, like I guess they're flyers, legendary flyers. That's what we're gonna go through, and then I just got like the extra 3 cost flyers going through. See if I can like pick off Nyx. Well, the legendary flyers did it, so we don't have to worry about it. And they'll probably kill off Lily if we can get Lily. But then next after that, I'll just send a massive flyers, right? Oh, there's Lily. So Lily's gone, and we'll just fly through. Praetus, he's single target. He does have some AoE, like right now when he's popping his ult, but after we get past him, we're good to go. Ardea can't hit air, so that's the only thing. Nyx is probably holding you back. If we can get her into a position, that's why I have a kind of set up like, if you look over at the picture, you can also go back, take a picture, right? So I'd place Cyrus, obviously facing backwards, keep him alive. He's your tanky unit. Lily would go next to Paradis. Look for substats for like with more HP for Lily. Try to get her like over 30k to survive any Garnet Guard shots that comes in to take out your healers or Paradis. But Lily is like your extra coverage. If you place Paradis right behind Cyrus, then he'll activate his ult and he'll hit units in front of Cyrus and covering units like kind of going up. But if you swap Lily and Paradis, then Paradis will start hitting units earlier, and then they also have that AoE effect, right? When his ultimate goes off, then Nyx, she can just start going right away. But she also is in a vulnerable spot, right? So if you keep her there, it is likely that Garnet Guards can hit it. But if Praetus is strong enough, maybe you can take out those Garnet Guards before they get there, right? That's what I'm thinking. And then Ardea can kind of sweep in and pick anything off that gets by Cyrus. So in this position, at least Nyx can always pop her ult whenever like the time comes. And then I can't just set up and kill Cyrus right away. Like right here, I'm going to send a Maul, and then I'll probably send in the axes next and see if I can take out Cyrus. But Cyrus is like stupid tanky, so I get it. 9 times out of 10 you might not be able to kill Cyrus, but it is possible, right? So keep that in mind, because you only have Praetus doing any real damage to any units that's set up here. If Nyx was going, then maybe she probably could have killed off Maul earlier, or the Axis earlier, before they killed off Cyrus. And also, I did the Swarm team second. So if you saw that, then same thing applies, right? So if I tried to set up a Swarm, Praetus would start going, and then Nyx at least would be in a position to pop her ult and do AoE damage. So moving on to the second team, this is your Nightmare comp. Now this team is actually really interesting, and I like it. It is surprisingly, I guess, effective, like what I'm looking at. But Silas is kind of not popping his ult right away, which is fine. And I get, like, there is a tactic to that, like to hold on to his ult, but he also is not doing any damage. So this is a team that I'm thinking about, like, for this team, if this doesn't work out very well. And then also Arrogance can kind of be placed either right behind Torador or like kind of back a little bit if you're scared of the archers because you don't have Lily. Well, I didn't see a Lily or Carnelian. So if you have either of those two, just for like the extra unyielding that they provide, like for the Garnet Guards or for your tank, then you can throw that in there, or for like mages for Arrogance. And I also wanted to keep that Kagiri in here. A5 Kagiri, monster, and then he also has survivability. So it's not a bad thing that if you got Yuri, right, his bond skill, at least he has more like survivability in GVG settings, and he's strong as hell, and he can kill most shit like one shot. Dang. So I would definitely keep him in here if you're able to do that. So this team, it's not really susceptible to too much shenanigans, right? Like, it's kind of hard to swarm. It's kind of hard to just kill off Torador. It would be a little harder if, I guess, Silas can pop his ult, but then it's baited easy. Arrogance can't really help like kill off more units and AoE damage, because Kagiri can only pop his ult like every now and then, right? At least that's what I'm thinking about. But I think Flyers is the best way to get around this plat, because I think swarming it's going to be kind of hard if you can't get rid of Kagiri, and then also like just killing off Torador is going to be hard because he has an extra life, and then it's just annoying to do. So it takes a while. So I am going with the Flyers right now. This is the team we're going to run and see if we can get past it. We're able to take off Kagiri and Elowen, no more healing, and we'll just send these epic Flyers through, and probably should do it. Especially since Arrogance, his ult is going down and he can't use his ult. So, bop, bop, good to go. So we walk through with Flyers, but I do think like swarming this team, or like building a swarm from here to there, it's not going to be too effective. And Arrogance will have his ult saved up. So that's a good strat, but Flyers can kind of go through that we just saw. And then next we'll do the swarm team. But so if you look over here at the picture, like I was saying, like Torador would be right up in front, blocking that pathway, and then Arrogance can either be right behind Torador, or if you wanted to keep your same strategy and like move Arrogance back a little bit, and then he would still be healed by Elowen, and also when he pops his ult, he'll be able to at least start helping, but then he's also like that second line of defense. Kagiri would be up here in the corner, right there in front of Torador, kind of like how you have it set up, and then he'll just eliminate most things, even mages that start coming by, right? You got Elowen, look for substats for HP and Kagiri and rage regen, and then obviously try to crit cap him if you can. And then once he passes ult, he'll kill like most Garnet Guards or the mages and anything else before they even come down that corridor. He might actually hit them like way on this other side, but that's to see. I didn't test it, and it's not set up that way, so I can't test it. Silas, place either in the back, or you can place him up front above Elowen, but then Elowen can't reach Torador, so I actually don't do that. So place Silas in the back, and he's there just like to help pick off any of the Flyers that come by, or if a swarm starts to build up, you also have Kagiri for AoE damage, like when his ult goes off, which can hit like over here in front of Torador and in front of Arrogance, and then Arrogance ult will be saved if there's a swarm that's building up, and then at least he'll start popping his ult and do AoE damage. So think about it, man. You can try this out. It is hard to get by, but I think people will figure it out. And I'm also not using my highest affiliated units, so I think there is a way for me to get past this if I really like dug deep and tried it. So I do think my positioning might be a little bit better, like has its safety concerns or whatever. But it is a difficult plat, and if you want to try this and then like in the back pocket keep my idea, and then like maybe second map if this one doesn't do too well, then swap it out, right? So these are all just opinions, thoughts. So use them, don't use them, up to you guys, right? EdgySaint, you are a monster though. Like you are level 100 and you're pretty strong as heck. So funny dude too, very knowledgeable, and he's very active in chat. So hats off, dude. And kudos, you got this one. So, just strong ass Kagiri, man. Kagiri, like if you have him A3, A5, A5 Kagiri is nuts. The AoE damage, like I think he might actually be better than Sun Wukong in Guild Wars, just because that. If he was 2-tiled range, he'd be so nasty. But I guess that's why they didn't make it 2-tile range. If he was 2-tile range, if he ever gets that buff, dude, then Kagiri is like my next A5 motherfucker, right? So anyway, we'll go ahead. We'll grab whatever the shop's refreshing. On to Silenthunter. I do have to do a little bit of research on you. Haven't seen you too active in chat. I don't really go through all the GVG videos and stuff like during wars, so I do have to see what you're working with. First off, take a look at the teams. Hards. I don't really like Hards just because he's not a great tank, honestly. So, I'm thinking of Sode, right? So, if Hards doesn't work out, try a Sode, because she does provide an extra block during her ultimate and stuff, and she's similar enough to Hards, provides the exact same Lord skill. So, I would try Sode if you can. And then also we'll place Valk in front of Hards and then Ardea in the back. Because Ardea, you don't really want her to get hit by anything. She's better at like lower HP. But then Vortex is just going to keep her healed up anyway. But she's a little bit more squishy. So I'd put her in the back. And then Vortex, move him over to the side. Take out Light Lock. I don't think you necessarily need 2 healers. And then also Light Lock, he's not doing that much anyways. So I would rather just have like either a crowd control plat or Silas. You can throw him in here. Any other marksman, mage or something to help you like with attacks and stuff. And we also do need to like maybe look at the gear later, because this might be a gearing issue too. But also definitely Light Lock. You don't need 2 healers if you're just gonna run Northern plat. If you have more like defenders, stronger defenders, Corridor, Elder would be good in this plat, because Elder actually provides like a offensive buff. Hards provides more of a defensive buff. So then you would go more with a stall team. But what I seen from either the Dragon from Drake and from like you didn't do your Guild Boss 2, your APOC or anything yet. So I can't really like see what teams you have. So I don't know what units you have. I can only kind of go off what I can find in game. So this is a team I would recommend if you can set that up. If you look at the picture, so another markman, CC plat, like either somebody with slows, Maul would be, I guess, another option that you could use, because he's a Northerner, right? So moving on to your next plat, your Nightmare plat. If Wrath is your only one, your Lord, you could use Wrath, but we can break this down just a little bit, like at least maybe get you like some wins this season. Because most times, like 9 times out of 10, guilds are going to want to have their higher BP people, like there's more developed accounts, better units, stuff like that, got lucky, whatever it is. People that's been playing longer, they're going to attack like the keeps, or they're going to attack like either harder GVG comps, more meta GVG comps. Those are what like I'm going to be hitting, right? And then people that's like still developing accounts or haven't got like most of the meta units yet, then that's where the same level is probably going to attack you, unless you have like the well-developed account that's just fishing for, hey, I'm gonna get 8 wins, right? So then 9 times out of 10 you're going to be fighting like the same level. So if we can set you up with something that's decent, then we're good to go. Mostly just positioning, and then also just work on farming gear, farming artifacts. You just have to develop your account more, and that'll just come in time. Just keep playing naturally. If you don't want to grind hardcore, whatever, right? But I did see that you had Pelagios, You could use him in his team as like for your CC unit, or if you just want to keep Greed here for another CC, or you can just take Greed out and place out Wrath anywhere on the tiles for your like the Lord bonus. And then Elowin and Pelagios, you could swap them up, Baron in front of the tank, and then use Sun Wukong. When I was going through and looking at what you might have. So those are my ideas. Those are my thoughts for positioning, and good to go. So like I was saying, like I was looking at like what kind of gear you might have, and this is really just farming gear and just gearing units properly. So I might do a whole how to gear GVG like unit video also, like for the guild, and how to like gear your tanks, how to gear your main DPS units, how to gear all that good stuff. So I've been given some hints, but I might do a whole video about it. That'd be pretty cool, right? At least for the guild and like for us and anybody else. Cool. However, as you can tell, I'm looking at your second team, and I placed Baron down twice by accident. It's not on purpose. But anyways, you probably should use a different tank. If you have like Brokir, that'd be great. Honestly, Titus. If you have Titus, because we're going to be throwing an Infernal comp together for you because you're using Zilla2 and you have Hex in your other team. So we're going to break those two teams apart, and then we'll make two decent teams, right? So you have Twin Fiend up here, and then you would have Elowin above Twin Fiend. Zilla2 or Sun Wukong can be here, but Zilla2 in an Infernal comp probably better. And then if you want to use Sun Wukong, if you get more Awakenings on him, then I would probably start using Sun Wukong. Hex up at the top, he has invisibility, and your other tank would be at the furthest tile up top, so that way it can distract any Garnet guards or AoE damage coming in from hitting Hex. So that's why you want your tank up front. But yeah, look into Titus. He does have that extra life that he gets after he dies. So for an Infernal comp, it is possible to use Titus if you don't have any other like Toradors or any great tanks like Brokir or anything like that. So those are my suggestions, my thoughts, my ideas. Obviously, do what you want, but we'll keep running through. I will just test like the main two, like Swarms and Flyers, on the last couple of comps because they're just not either positioned correctly or the BP is too low to where I would just run through it anyway. However, for this position, like I would definitely break your two teams apart and at least get something going, and hopefully we get some wins this season, right? You want some wins? I want some wins. We all want some wins. So this is just a great analysis. This is a great opportunity for most people who don't really understand GVG and doesn't want to really invest time into GVG, at least if you're in my alliance. Or if, hey, you can always sub, give me a thumbs up, right? And then if we get enough people, like 3 people, at least 3 to 5 people, then I'll do like a different video just for those people. If you DM me in game, or if you find me somewhere on Discord. But yeah, just DM me in game, and then if I can get like 3 people at least lined up, then we're good to go. So I was looking at HeyyYouGuyys. You're next on my list. So I did pop a picture up. This is what I would recommend for this plat setup. Silas up top, Vortex in the back, Aracha right in front of Valkyra. And then Valkyra has the longest range, so she can at least hit past Asode. So this is interchangeable. If we break our teams apart and then we use like the units that you do have, because I did like peek through and I saw that you had a Aracha. And so it could be either a Piercer team or it could be a Northerner team. So I would probably make it a Piercer team because that's where your damage is coming through. But then also it depends on how your Valkyria is geared. If she's doing the most damage, then I would make it a Northerner team, right? So this is like kind of interchangeable. I didn't see too many guards or too many tanks that you had, like what I could find. So I'm just assuming you might not have any. Like not that's like really good. Brokir is also good here. Like use some of your epic tanks, right? Even Olag, he can be up there too. So, but if you want to use it as like a Northerner squad, then Asode just for the Lord bonus, and then if you run it as a Piercer for the Piercer bonus, for the Lord bonus for the Aracha, Silas at least will get the bonus. and then you could throw in Olag or not Brokir, but Baron, right? To at least have like a strong tank that's up there and will survive for a long period amount of time, or at least a substantial enough amount of time to get you some wins, as long as like the appropriate people are attacking you, like around your same level and same gear, like developed accounts or like same development, right? So that's my tips. These are my suggestions for you, Edgy. Not Edgy. God dang it, Edgy. What are you doing, man? You're such a saint, EdgySaint. But anyway, I don't know what he's doing in my head. Anyway, so that's my suggestions for HeyyYouGuyys. I looked at it earlier, but yeah. So basically, like as I was going, I was looking through your gear, and I was looking like how'd you gear your units, like what kind of gear you have, and you do have some decent gear. So I think it just might be either you're gearing them wrong or you just don't have like the proper positionings, and that's kind of what we established, right? So Skullbreak, you're next. I am looking at your what kind of units you might have right now, and we'll see. See Edgy, he in chat. That's why he's up in here. So we'll get to Skullbreak and we'll see what he's working with. However, here Silenthunter. Let's take a look. Yeah, so 2T gear for the most part. So maybe having some trouble with like some of the gear raids. Yeah, so it's just like more of an account development type thing. The longer you play, but gear farming is so underrated. I don't know if people are farming enough, honestly. Like I was saying, like I do like 300 to 500 runs a day for the most part. If there's a tournament going on for gear raid 3, then I'll push that to like maybe like 1,000 a day, honestly. So it just depends. But Skullbreak, you are pretty high level, you're pretty good, and it looks like you just don't give two shits. Your units are facing backwards, everything else. So I don't know if you just don't care, which is a thing. That's cool. You know, do what you want to do. However, if you want to do this one thing for us in our guild, just set your units up, just gear them, save them, never think about it again for the rest of the season. All right. So what I was looking at, if you do have a Carnelian, I can't tell. But if you do have it laying around, you have an Aelin, then we'll just use her because I've seen it in your plats, right? So you can set them up in the back, in my opinion, for your Nightmare squad because you do have them all kind of set up. Torador, furthest, tank all the way up. Abomination, because I saw that you had an A5. Very strong. So I would pick him over most of your other units because you have the most awakenings in him. So I am playing to your strengths. Right, so Abomination will go next, and then after his second ult, at least he'll keep one of his talents up for the most part. Oh, he have a 2-tile range, and then Arrogance in the back because they have 3-tile range. And then Hotset, set her up. Aelin in the back. If you have Carnelian, place her up, or you can place a Lily. Right. So Lily, you probably have Lily maxed out, max skilled. I think you do. So go ahead and use her, but also save that Lily if you don't have a Carnelian. Because Lily can go in your Piercer team that I have right here. Look, you have all the units for a great Piercer team. In my opinion, just set it up. Come on, Skullbreak. Do us this favor. For me, Kai. So, Lily, go in the back. Silas, you can go right here. Ivar would go up top where you actually have them, just facing the right grade, please, like facing down. And if you have a Baron, you could just throw Baron in here if you don't have like another tank. I didn't really see too many because Torador is going to be in your Nightmare comp. Or if you have a Brokir, that'd be great. It's probably that extra freeze, and then you can kind of like juggle units right there and stall a little bit. And then you can either have Nyx right here for AoE, Hex if he's like more developed, more awakens in him, and then like if you have like his artifact and stuff, then you could throw Hex down here. But Nyx, I would pick Nyx if you have at least A3, and she just provides AoE damage. So in my opinion, this would be a good setup. And then yeah, kudos, man. I think you can set something up. You're strong, dude. You just got to do it. Come on, help us out, right? However, it is up to you. These are my thoughts, my opinions. This is Kai. But, play how you want to play. I've always been a firm believer in, some people want to play hard. Some people want to save. Some people want to min max. Some people just like to collect heroes. So that's my thing. I can't really test my own plat. Otherwise, I would. I'd show you guys what I'm working with. But hopefully we get some wins this season. And GVG Season 7, Stronghold 3 complete, Episode 2. All right, so this is the team that I'm rocking. It's not finalized. I am still tweaking it, and I'm probably going to take out Greed, placing Yuri, something like that. Shout out to Cakemake for testing that team for me. Let me know that Greed is trash. For the level that I'm at and the comp that I'm running. Anyways, I'm the Kai out.